7, and we're going to begin at verse 7. Kid, may go to the first. Matthew chapter 7, verse 7 says, "Ask, and it will be given you. Seek, and you will find. Knock, and it will be opened to you. For everyone who asks receives, and he who seeks finds, and to him who knocks it will be opened." We're beginning a new series today. Called The Case of Christ. And this is the story, if you saw the movie, it's a story about Lee Strobel and his journey to finding Christ. We're going to use that clip from that video, or that movie, for this sermon series to help us understand the importance of searching for Christ and knowing Him better. Okay, so in this series, we're doing things a lot different. You notice the stage is different, and all through this series, I'm depending on different people to help me through these messages. So right now, I need Faye and Joe to come up here. Faye, you can take the hot seat first. All right. So, Faye is going to tell us 3 statements about herself. Okay? All right, Faye, what's happening?
Okay, I was born in Georgia. I was baptized at the age of 12, and I've been married for 55 years.
All right. Now, she told you 3 statements about herself. One of those is not true. Which one is not true? The first one. Were you born in Georgia?
No.
I didn't think so either. All right. Okay. I'll let you go. Joe, you can take the hot seat. Now, Joe's going to give us 3 statements about himself. Listen to them carefully.
I was born in Pennsylvania. My middle name is Matthew, and I have 3 daughters.
All right. One of those statements is not true. Which one? The first one, you don't think he was born in Pennsylvania. Joe, were you born in Pennsylvania?
Yes, I was.
He was born in Pennsylvania. All right. So now we're down to 2 statements. Which one is not true? His middle name is not Matthew.
That is correct.
What is your middle name?
John.
John. He's still one of the apostles, but anyway, close. All right, thank you, Joe.
All right.
Now, Chad's going to join us up here. All right. So it's Chad's turn. 3 statements, Chad.
3 statements. My nickname when I played T-ball was Hollywood. I broke a girl's finger when I was in the 1st grade because she was bossing my best friend around. And I have driven my Jeep over 100 miles an hour.
All right. 3 statements. Now, which one of those is not true? All right, I heard the second one first, so let's go with the second one.
That's true.
That is true.
It's true.
He broke the girl's finger.
Accidentally.
last one,
The last one's a lie.
the last one
No,
is
the
not true.
speedometer goes 120, but I hadn't pushed it that far.
All right, that's a good thing because Josh is here, so.
That's right.
Don't drive that fast around here. All right. Now, you can sit back and relax. I'm gonna keep
Okay.
you for a while.
All right.
We're gonna watch a video clip. Have you got it, Brian?
It got replaced by the music videos. So,
Yeah. I tell you, the easiest way is pop it out of the thing and put it back in. All right. Let me give you a little background on what we're gonna watch. Lee Strobel is sitting at his desk. He's a reporter for the Chicago Tribune. He's tired, he's bleary-eyed, and surrounded by books and notepads. He's been engaged in a long, in-depth investigation to disprove Christianity and liberate his wife from her newfound faith in Christ. Strobel doesn't like the evidence that he's finding. His co-worker, Kenny London, who was the religion editor for the Chicago Tribune, realizes this is more than just a journalistic endeavor. It's something very personal. Let's watch a clip.
What are you doing here? I thought you were banished. Hey, what's the matter?
You people and your God, you talk in circles. You offer just enough evidence, but never enough to be conclusive. Then you fill in all the gaps with, you just gotta have faith. It's a bunch of nonsense.
You're really irritating. You know that?
Don't start with me, Kenny.
You don't waste a lick of time bragging to all of us how great a reporter you are. So why can't you put up or shut up on this story?
What are you even talking about?
Here's where the chili meets the cheese, my friend. One of my heroes was C.S. Lewis, a man who began as a skeptic, much like yourself. At the end of his journey, you know what he said? He said, if Christianity is false, it's of zero importance. But if it's true, there's nothing more important in the entire universe. So you want your wife back? Well, hey, guess what? People in hell want ice water. Not everybody gets everything they want. Stop blaming me and the church and God and do your job. Stack up the evidence, follow the facts, and write the story, win or lose.
Okay, Chad, let me ask you a couple of questions real quick.
okay.
Why do you think when Faye told something that wasn't true, everybody got it real quick? But with Joe and with yourself, it was a little bit different. Why do you think it was different?
Just going off the context clues, I'm guessing sometimes the evidence is more clear in some cases than others. So I purposefully made mine a little more murky. It was harder to see. I had Matthias downstairs, so I didn't hear Faye's, but sometimes it's pretty clear when things aren't true.
Okay, sometimes it's clear when things aren't true. Sometimes we don't want to see the truth. You know, we don't want to think about you breaking the girl's finger.
No.
All right, but we found out you did. So watch out when you shake your hands, okay? But now, let me ask you another question. From this video, which two guys do you identify with the most?
Wow. Probably more Kenny, the older gentleman that was talking to Lee.
Okay, and why?
I like things to be clear cut as much as possible. You know, we've talked a lot at work. You know, with the new approach we're trying to train everybody in. It's pretty much taking what we were taught initially and flipping it on its head. So initially, you know, we had all these behavior programs in place and point systems, sticker charts, and we were told that's your, you know, here are the things that kids could do to earn the points or lose them, and, you know, just follow the program. And that's what we were teaching the kids. Well, then when that broke down and neither punishments nor rewards were working very well, then we were falling back to, we'll have a talk with them about why, what's going on. And the new approach we're using says, well, you know what, when they're calm, talk to them first. Find out what's going on. And then get them to use, rather than just throwing a program at them, you get them to start using some of their brain power to come up with solutions themselves. And so I was very, just legalistic in a way when it came to those old programs, and that's what I was doing first, because I would follow the book. And I would just tell kids, look, this is what I'm expected to do, so it's what you're expected to do too. Just deal with it. And that's a lot easier than getting into the details and the murkiness sometimes of different situations.
Okay. Let me ask you one more question.
Okay.
And I'll let you go. Have you ever had to investigate your own faith?
Yes. Sometimes more formally. I mean, that's part of, you know, being in Bible college. You end up with assignments like that of, they give us these, well, there's one thing in psychology you hear about all the time, Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And so you start on the very bottom with safety and security, you know, food, clothing, shelter, that sort of thing, and you work up to a sense of belonging, like basically feeling like you're a part of something, accepted. And then you can start to achieve things, and at the very top is self-actualization. I remember, you know, as a Christian being asked, you know, not only just for the physical sense of things, but in all, you know, the ways we consider ourselves human beings, where am I at on that scale? So I've done that formally as an assignment to kind of assess myself, but also as at time to time when you have a trying time or, you know, face a very difficult circumstance in life, it's a time of test. Actually, if I would have read for a communion this morning, I was going to read from 1 Peter chapter 1, where I've been doing an Olympic devotional series, and it talks a lot about how times of trouble are times that test our faith. And, you know, it talks about the medals that they got in the competitions that were gold, and that gold is tested by fire to see if it's pure, but gold will still ruin at some point in time, but our faith won't. And so I think those difficult times are the fire that tests our faith to see if it's pure or not.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep.
All right, let's look at this quote one more time by C.S. Lewis. Now, in the video, it's paraphrased, but this is the actual quote. Christianity, if false, is of no importance, and if true, of infinite importance. The only thing it cannot be is moderately important. Either Christianity is true or it's false, and there's nothing in between. And so it's important that we come to an understanding of what is true. And maybe most of us have dealt with that at some point in our life, but we've probably got a lot of friends that haven't dealt with it like they need to. All right, so first of all, we have to investigate the truth. Chad talked about being in Bible college and put in situations you had to investigate truth. For me, it happened before Bible college. I was attending the University of North Carolina at Greensboro when a professor walked in the room with a class that I was taking called Introduction to World Religions, threw the Bible in the trash can, and began for the next 2 weeks to prove to us that the Bible was not the Word of God. Now, I knew it was, but why did I believe it? I had never investigated that. Why did I believe it? So I didn't believe the junk the professor taught at all. But I want to thank him for one thing. It started me on investigation. Why do I believe what I believe? And everybody needs to go through that. At some point in life, maybe most of your life, like I am, I always grew up in church. I've always heard about Jesus. I've always believed in Jesus my whole life. I never had my faith challenged until that professor challenged me, but I learned something important. At some point in your life, you have to lay down your parents' faith and find your own. Now what I mean by that is simply this. I mean, when we grow up as children, we're taught by our parents, we believe what our parents believe, and there's no question. Okay? Now, I still believe what my parents believe, but it's not their faith anymore because I found it for myself. I came to grips with all that investigating I did. Why do I believe what I believe? And I found the answers to what I believe and why I believe that. That's why our text said, ask and you will find, knock and it will be open to you. For whoever receives, or whoever asks receives, and the one who seeks finds, and the one who knocks, it will be open. In Jeremiah 29:13, it says this, you will seek me and find me when you seek me with all your heart. See, a lot of people seek and don't find the answers they're looking for. And there may be a reason. What does your heart have to say about it? Are you being honest as you investigate this cause for Jesus Christ? When Jeremiah wrote this, he wrote it to the Jews who were being taken away into Babylonian captivity. And these Jews were being punished because they had forsaken the one true God and had sought the pagan gods. And they were worshiping all of those pagan gods. And God was saying, one day you're going to seek me. And when you seek me with all your heart, that's when you're going to find me. So, what are you seeking? What are you asking? What are you knocking? What are you waiting for? Those are the questions we need to ask ourselves. And so that brings us to the second thought, is that we need to ask hard questions. Hard questions. You know, Christianity is an intellectual religion. Now, the world will laugh at that statement I just made, but it is. There are a lot of verses in the Bible that talk about our mind, but Mark 12:30, let's look at this. And you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, and with all your soul, and with all your mind, and with all your strength. Somehow or another, when we read that verse, we skip over the mind part. But we can't skip over the mind part. Christianity is a thinking man's religion. And we need to understand that it is a thinking man's religion. So you have to ask the hard questions. That means you have to investigate, and you have to consider all the sources that are available to finding the truth about Christianity. All right, so of course we're going to start with the Bible. We want to start with the Bible. We want to know the story of God's love and the story of salvation that God has provided for us. But what about history? What about science? Do they they confirm the things that are in the Bible, or do they destroy the things that are in the Bible? Now, this past month in August on Sunday nights, the group was here for Sunday nights, watched the case for the Creator. A lot of evidence to prove that God created this world, not that it just happened, come about. And Christianity and evolution cannot exist together. It has to be one or the other. One or the other. If Christianity is true, then creation has to be true. Right? So as you look at all of those things, we can make a case for the Creator. We can make a case for Jesus. But as you look at the creation, understand that David wrote the Psalms, Psalms 19, verse 1. The heavens declare the glory of God, and the sky above proclaims His handiwork. Just to look at, we just experienced that eclipse. I was a little disappointed. We were sitting outside waiting for it to get dark. Never got dark. I was in the wrong place. I should have been in Charleston, South Carolina, but it didn't get dark. But it did get dark in Charleston. It got dark in a lot of places where that total eclipse crossed over. How did scientists know when to predict exactly where and when that was going to happen? Because the God of order created this universe. That's how we know. That's how they can. How can they take a space vehicle and put a man on the moon? Because the God of order created things, and you can study that order and you can do it. They're talking about putting a man on Mars. Can they do it? Sure they can. There's a God of order that created everything. When they get everything right, and they can put a man on Mars, because science can figure out all of that orbiting and where the planets are going to be and where they need to go, and it's going to happen. Okay? Because the God of order created this universe, and the heavens declare that. Sometimes people need a little more evidence, though, than just the heavens and things around us. Think about Thomas. Remember Jesus rose? The women came and told Peter and John and the other apostles that Jesus was not in the tomb. Peter and John ran and they went. They saw the tomb. They saw it was empty. They saw the grave clothes laying there. They saw the napkin that was over his face, folded and laid in a different place. They saw all of that. They believed. Mary Magdalene actually saw Jesus and talked to Jesus. And they're all gathered in the upper room, and Jesus walks in right through the door. One person was not there. Thomas. Thomas said, I won't believe unless I put my hands in the nail print of his hand and in his side. So the next week, when they were all in the upper room together, Jesus walked through the door. And you look at the scripture, it just took it. That's all it took. Because Thomas fell to his knees and said, my Lord and my God. And Jesus said, Thomas, you're blessed because you've seen me. But blessed are those who haven't seen and still believe. Because the evidence is there. There is no doubt that Jesus rose from the grave. Jesus had more impact on human history than any other figure in history. He's alive. He's in heaven, and one day He's promised He's coming back. The evidence is so clear. But we have to seek it. We have to seek it, and we have to seek it with all of our heart to understand. And so we have to embark on our own journey. So what's standing in your way of going deeper with Christ? See, whether you have believed it the next slide here. There are 4 spiritual sticking points, and we need to think about this for a minute. First one, I can't believe. Well, with everybody here today, I don't think that's your sticking point, all right? But you probably know somebody that has that sticking point. I can't believe. What's the answer? Wholeheartedly seek God. What did Jeremiah say? Seek Him with all of you. If you look at heavens, if you understand the heavens with all in your heart, you can believe. Next sticking point is I don't want to believe. I think there are a lot of people that are in that category. They know the evidence is there. They just don't want to accept it because then that's going to interfere with their lifestyle. Okay? But the answer is this. Weigh out what you're hanging on to versus what you can gain in Christ. In this world we have things that are temporary. Ask people in news for today about those things and what they mean to them right now. But what about the blessings that we have in Christ that are eternal, that no one can take away from us? How important are those things? Next sticking point. I don't know what to believe. And we all know today there are a lot of voices that are breaking out. But in that song that was played in the communion, but the voice of truth tells me a different story. The voice of truth is telling me the truth. So what do we do? Read the Bible with an open mind. Now I know people, and probably you know people, that read the Bible, find points of argument. I worked for a Jewish man one time, for about 9 months. And he knew the Bible far better than most Christians. He knew the New Testament far better than most Christians. He was always using it to try to trip me up. That's not the way to read the Bible. Read it with an open mind. And let God speak to you with the Holy Spirit with the word that's written on the page. All right? Next sticking point. I do believe, isn't that enough? Right? And you hear preachers all the time on television and radio tell you, just believe. That's all you got to do. Just believe. Is that right? Let's see the answer. Believing is just the first step. You have to receive the forgiveness of your sins. And you have to make Jesus the Lord of your life. That's what's believing is not the end. It's only the beginning. All right? So we have to receive. How do we go about receiving the forgiveness of our sins? Well, we start at the believing point, but our sins aren't forgiven. Because we have to change. That's what repentance is. We need to change from what we were to what God wants us to do. To try as close as we can. It's making a change, turn around. We have to confess that Jesus Christ is Lord. We have to be immersed. Peter said in Acts 2:38, so that our sins can be forgiven, and then the Holy Spirit received him, to them he gave power to become the sons of God, even to them who believe in his name. You have to believe, but you got to receive it. All right? Now, Harper, I got a dollar bill in my pocket. Do you believe me? I mean, no way, my pocket, no way. I got a dollar bill in my pocket. I've been gone too long. Okay? Got a dollar bill in my pocket, right here. Do you believe me? You believe me? Do you want it? You believe me? Do you want it? Do you really want it? Does somebody want it? All right. Kenneth wanted it. Kenneth wanted it. And that's the point I want to make about our salvation. Some people might believe. Some people might believe in Jesus. We probably all know a lot of people that believe in Jesus. It does not make them Christian. All right? It does not. There are a lot of good people in this world that believe in Jesus, but they're not Christians. You can't be a Christian until you receive it. All right? And we receive it by repenting, confessing, and being baptized in the name of Jesus for our life, and following Him for all time. That's what we got to do. We got to investigate the truth, and then we got to ask those questions in the heart, but honestly accept those answers when we find them. And we got to start on that journey, and we got to make sure that we receive Jesus as Lord of our lives. So, have you started on the journey? That's the first question. What is it that's hindering you from making Jesus Lord of your life if you haven't done so already? Okay? If you haven't been baptized in Christ, what are you waiting for? Today's the day of salvation. We're not promised tomorrow. We need to accept it today.